So welcome back to FGO Thirstday. This is the very first one, 2021. Oh god, I hope we can have a thirsty year, but considering how it's only 1 week into this year and we already have some weird crazy ass stuff happening in the world, oh boy, at least we have this to be thirsty over. And today we're starting with Beowulf. I would say I like Beowulf. Will Delightwork ever remember us to have toy soldier animation? I like Beowulf. I mean, obviously he's a Viking, which is always cool in my opinion. Except Eric. I see Potato anger right in the chat right now, or in the comments. But yeah, I do think that Beowulf, his animation isn't that really good. That for sure. They are kind of stiff. Though his MP is kind of fun because it's literally like JoJo reference right there, which is pretty fun. And yeah, he looks cool. Oh, I didn't actually realize. Wait, I didn't realize that his arms were changed like that. Oh. That seems to be something that really hindered your movement. And I do like the Norse tattoos and all. That's really cool actually. And I like the weapons. I don't understand though why his skin get darker like this, but I will. And I do like how the golden hair and the tattoos and all that against the dark skin looks really, really sweet. Looks really badass. And his Splash Finals Ascension art is really, really good in my opinion. I think it's really nice. Class Berserker Beowulf, Source Beowulf, Region Scandinavia, Chaotic Good, 186, 81 kilos. Also voice Cuckoo Prototype. What? Just Cuckoo Prototype? No one else? What? Nani? Strength ass, Constitution ass, Agility C, Magical Power D, Luck A, no... Dude. This is some crazy ass stats! Holy crap! He has so many A's! Man, he's a... Damn! There are lots of ass in one character! Yikes! Man enhancement E-. What? The very true name of this hero is receiving the influence of the world called Berserker. Beowulf has reason, and it's also possible to have a high-class conversation with him. He has a little amount of ferocity being left behind in him, and there's even no effect whatsoever in his parameter. Oh, so he has such a low mana enhancement, so it doesn't affect his parameters at all. So he just naturally have these high stats. Oh my god, imagine if he had like mana enhancement A on all of this. That would have been even bonkers. God damn, that's pretty bonkers. Berserker A, a composite skill of the Valor skill and Mana's enhancement skill. Nullify mental interference such as intimidations, confusions, and fascination, and increase the damage dealt in hand-to-hand combat. Simultaneously, when using this skill, Beowulf turns into the beast that fights with his instincts. Rawr. Intuition B, the ability to always feel the most suitable development for oneself during combat. By being summoned as a berserker, Beowulf might slightly disregard his intuitions. But here he literally uses instincts. And then... Doesn't that kind of interfere with each other? Battle continuation B. One does not know when to give up even to the very end. In particular, even after entering old age, Beowulf still had guts to go strong, and he did not stop breathing until he killed the fire dragon. Yeah, he was pretty old if I don't remember in the old stories. But doesn't this mean that he could be summoned in a different role? I mean, I could maybe not a saber. I guess Berserker is the only, because I can imagine him running around. And then again, I mean, he has swords, you know. One is a sword at least, and one is a club of some sort. So yeah, saber would work. That would be cool. Hrunting, the Hound of the Red Plains. Hrunting. Anti-personal nob. What? Do you have so many of them? Maximum number of targets, 1 person. Magic sword that can sniff out smell of blood. I just imagine a big sword with a big nose on it. It can launch the most optimal slash with a mere ordinary swing. Each time it lands a successful hit, its drawn blood will flow into the sword blade and will shine in a red color, becoming stronger. There's nothing flashy like an anti-army beam, but yes, they're even self-aware of the sabers using laser beams. But an Yonrei is a magic sword that can overbearingly decide a match when it's coupled with his physical strength as a berserker. Nagling, Iron Hammer, Snake Smash. That sounds like something a little kid. This is my super move, Iron Hammer, Snake Smash. I'm just saying. A sword somewhat shorter than Hrunting. Rather than saying it's a sword, it's close to a club made of steel. Basically a sword serving with a purpose smashing up the target, and is equivalent to having no cutting ability. Furthermore, there is a concern that it can be destroyed when it's used more than some number of times. However, at the moment of destruction, it can cause a large amount of damage to the target. Okay. That sounds a bit weird, and honestly, it doesn't really explain much about it as a noble phantasm. You know, because, yeah, it smashes things, okay? Is that the only thing you do? Is it Super Smasher? Is it smashable? I will. Grendel Buster, Primal Conflict. A special noble phantasm that is banned from being used, but its ban can be lifted with a destruction for hunting and nagling. The concept of bringing down Grendel became a noble phantasm. This noble phantasm temporarily restored amazing physical strength Beowulf had during his lifetime, before he crushes the target by throwing, kicking, and punching them. And you know, casually punching your enemy in the face. In addition, because the attacks are the same primitive form of weaponry one's own limbs, that has been unchanged since the primeval times. It nullifies noble phantasm skills that possess the characteristic of grasping and perceiving every attack of seeing them used once. Wait. So abilities and everything that, you know, like, Sharingan, I have seen your move, I can use it now, doesn't work against that. God damn! So they can't copy his abilities, man. Dude, I would love to see a fist fight between Marfa and Beowulf. That would be just... Am I the only one that would love that? That would be fucking insanity awesome, I'm pretty sure. Personality. As a king, Beowulf governed of his people well, but his current stance is fundamentally closer to a terrorist. What? Yes. What? To a terrorist? Close... This doesn't... What? At this time, he understands that there is a coin, whereas creation and destruction are about two sides, and he recites that from the aftermath of destruction surely comes the stepping stone for creation. He is a capable person that might be generally unfit for kingship, and Beowulf himself in general shares that sentiment. His longing for destruction being greater than any other king, and his savagery, which allowed him to accomplish even dragon slaying, did not change the end, even as he further grew old. However, he is the kind of... He can to the people and to women, to those that are weak. Oh well. But what the fuck is this? But it's curious that it's fundamentally close to a terrorist. What? Wow, wait, what? Do they know what terrorism is? This is so weird. Like, it's like, yeah, you know what? We just throw in that word in there. It probably makes sense for someone. Like, what? I mean, okay, is it because he is like destruction thing going on, but there are many others that have that kind of thing going on, but they're not called terrorists. This is so weird. I seriously, I can't grow. What? You mean that he is like a MAGA hat terrorist, kind of? That is okay. I gotta move on. That's probably one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Motives. Beowulf basically comes across his master as an equal or as a partner with a slightly lower rank than them. There may be a time where he listens to their opinion, and there may be a time where he does not listen to them. However, given that it's hard to say he's an intellectual one, he would comparatively be ready to jump onto reckless gambles, risking his life to accomplish the mission assigned to him. He has no desire for the Holy Grail, nevertheless he has the spirit to respond to his master with all his power, seeing that he's being depended upon. Okay. I'm sorry, but this verse is so weird to me. What the fuck, man? Oh god. Servant Berserker responding to your summon. What kind of fucking face is that? Is a stranger if a Berserker spoke? Dude, does he actually say that? Fuck. Dude, I would love that. Just for the fucking fun of it, you know? Seeing them actually curse. What, these sharp-minded fellows are usually like heroes, yet there are no more than a lot that are messed up in the head too. My work is to knock the shittier bastard among them to fuck out. When you spend your life as a hero, you'll definitely come across those guys. Those guys have a habit of finding it bothersome to think despite being able to resolve problems by themselves, clinging and saying help instead. So I reply with this: shut up, do what must be done. Things like kingship. I kind of read it like kingship, like, what? They were generally unsuitable jobs for me. I will not do them again. Oh. He liked to curse. I like that. Historical image. Beowulf is the protagonist of Beowulf. Shocker. Said to be the oldest epic poem of English literature, the setting of the epic consists of the south side of modern Sweden to the vicinity of modern Denmark. This is a tale composed in two parts. Part 1 is the story about Beowulf's proceeding exterminate the giant Grendel together with 15 of his subordinates, while Part 2 takes place 50 years later, depicting aged Beowulf unfolding a mortal combat with a fire-breathing dragon. Yeah, you know, I'm just an old man, but I still gotta kick your ass, dragon. The Skilding clan's chief, Hrothgar, built a hall with the name of Heorot, meaning heart, and male deer. Okay. And he held a banquet every evening of every day to celebrate it. However, giant Grendel, irritated by the great noises of the celebration, attacked Heorot, who slaughtered the Skilding clan's men every evening. Oh, that sounds awful. After 12 years, one warrior under Hrothgar took along with him 15 of his subordinates and visited Heorot. That warrior's name is Beowulf. He stayed at Heorot as Hrothgar and the other evacuated, and Beowulf would fight his opponent Grendel, who came around late at night, unarmed, tearing off one of his arms and forcing the giant to retreat back to his lair. Even though it was a moment that gave everyone peace of mind, Grendel's mother soon came to kidnap one of Hrothgar's subordinates, snatching him away and keeping Grendel's torn arm for herself as she did so. Beowulf chased after Grendel's mother. Damn you, Grendel's mom! To her lair and decapitated both the heads of Grendel's mother and Grendel. Yeah, that sounds awful. I mean, you know, casual decapitations. A delighted Hrothgar gave Beowulf gold and silver treasure, but the Disinblu returned to his country after receiving the treasure to present those to his lord, Hygelac, and serve him just as it was before. That disinterest was not only towards his allies, but also to King Hygelac, and Beowulf became a target of ridicule because of Hygelac. However, Beowulf paid no heed to that. Yeah, that's best to do, just ignore those trash bags. 50 years later, Beowulf became king. However, a fire dragon who got angry about his treasure being stolen attacked the country Beowulf was governing, and people fell into disorder. So, A random angry dragon just appears? Man, that must suck. It sucked to be sweet back then, you know, occasionally fucking fire-breathing dragons popping up. Unavoidable Beowulf in his aged body spurred on the direction of the dragon to exterminate it. His subordinates became scared and did not come along with him, and only one person, merely a young man named Beowulf, accompanied him. Beowulf killed the fire dragon at the end of a fierce fight, but he also died due to the dragon's poison. His also requested to Beowulf was for him to use the treasure for the sake of the people, the treasure buried in Earnanis. Well, Cape. Although the etymology of Berserk is the word berserk from Norse mythology, it has been told that the name Beowulf is also origin in the word berserk. I mean, I could see that. I mean, Tifa, I'm trying. We are reading here. Ja, doesn't help that you're out there crying. Contrary to the image of his outward appearance, this great king was someone dependable in governing his country, and moreover was indeed respectable as a king who reigned without having his selfish desire run in the way of his kingship. Beowulf himself was truly apathetic to the monarchy, but it seemed that it was best suited for to be in the role of king with a nature of his. But you say he was more like a terrorist up there. How does that make sense? His figure doing battle with gambling his life for the sake of the people, even though they said that the man was unfit to be king as such. While some with no doubt fitting for heroes. What? Unfortunately, the episode of Beowulf, with the exception of the episode of Grendel's extermination and Dragon's exterminations that still remains, has been lost. But there's no doubt that this episode became the source of numerous legends scattered throughout the world. Ja, vad är det, Tifa? Ja. So the giant just wanted some fucking peace of mind. That's my... Yes! The hell Beowulf do, she just want her arm back. Wait, so Beowulf killed some dudes and his mom because they were pissed by noise and I received stolen goods. Yeah, it seemed like that. And to be fair, Beowulf was not the one that just, you know, gonna be the killing. He was just like, okay, they told me to do that. Whatever, I don't really care about anything. I don't care about anything. And yeah, if you kind of babble Grendel like, oh man, these noises, man, the neighbors have been so fucking loud. Better going there and make sure they shut up, but then they just kills me. Fucking, they took my arm, they ripped off my arm. Yes, Tifa. Tifa is impossible right now. Ja. I can feel bad for Grendel. Emilia. Just a little bit. Not only does that person use the other nobles' family for his own convenience, his method of using them is also clever. I'm quite pleased, even though I'm unable to stomach such a thing. The next time I see that guy, I'll punch him. Hello, Emilia. Hello. Oh, my face. Ja men Tifa, snälla katt. Commented from the illustrator. I was given an impression of something like Fight Club. Oh god, Brad Pitt. So since it was that, I decided, oh man, that seemed very simple and tough. Although there's no significance to him getting darker as it was for the sake of showing the incremental. I can't do anything. He's restrained to a degree with handcuffs, and gives that established that he's strong with his bare hands. The weapons are more like extras. The image of Runting is that a sword that absorbs blood and becomes red and strong, while nailing is a nuclear explosion that moment it breaks. Although they are in use as no fancies, is the strongest when bare hands, right? Men snälla Tifa, what is it? And I would say potato, right? I have to say I'm quite unfamiliar with Beowulf's legend, knowing very little of it. Perhaps I'm more knowledgeable about it since it comes from Scandinavia. I was going to complain about Beowulf's reason for being a berserk being just his name, but after reading his story, I won't complain anymore. Yeah, he was kind of like, go bonkers. Are you sure he was a hero? Yeah, that's good. Isn't that like literally the question for like most servants? Are you sure they were actually heroes? Well, the standards and definition of what a hero is do change according to time, so it's understandable. Anyway, he's really bland, and I'm really disappointed in his design. I kind of like his design, but I wish it had more Viking style to it, because he looks very modern. Anyways, she made him dark because there are no reason that like lacks any sort of Viking or signal for that matter, which is a bummer. Overall, Beowulf is a disappointing character so far, with the potential, one might say. And yeah, I still thirst for more shadow with Beowulf. I think he still haven't shown what he's capable of. Final Runting is the sword that Mia stole. I don't remember even showing him shooting in the... Oh! So that... man. I mean, I think his design is pretty cool. I like the, you know, the tattoos and all that. Though it is weird, like, why he turned darker like that. That is obviously super weird. In like... What? And, yeah, I do kind of think it's kind of neat. But, yeah, I would like to see more Viking style. I mean, I could see, like, more Viking clothing, so to speak, rather than this modern piece. Which could be literally like a summer event clothing, right? And of course, we haven't seen too much of him in the game. We did see him a bit in Lost Belt Anastasia, though he wasn't that really impressive, to be fair. I think it was pretty bland there. I think he could be more cool. And of course, appear in Scandinavia would have been more fitting, in my opinion. But I like him. I wish that we get to see more of him and get more animation up. Ooh, Nero Claudia Bride. Oh, shit. Yeah. That's what I think about him. And as for his legend and all that, yeah, he was kind of like crazy. Even when he was super old, he was like, hey, you know, whatever. Fuck that. I killed a dragon. Just like that. Thief have been impossible today. Ja. Det är jobbigt idag. Ja. There. Now I can continue recording and reading as I am supposed to do. And Nero Claudius Pride. Waifu concept incarnated. Pretty much, yes. It's Nero, and Nero Bride, which really doesn't make super much sense to me, but ass crack. It's a weird, very funky sword she has, isn't it? Man, it must be fucking hell to dress up in this. Like, fucking holy crap. I kind of like the, you know, the veil govern thing going on there. I mean, her design is okay for me in that regard. I kind of like that's very nice with the drapery, like it's like the very nice details and stuff like that, and full of hearts. Very nice details, definitely. Must be a nightmare to draw though. And but yeah, otherwise. She's a character I'm not like really caring about, you know. She exists. That's it. Nero Claudius Saber Fate Extra CCCCC Chaotic Bride. That's the first time I heard of that alignment. 150. Man, she's a small. She's a small. Also was all Neros and Jack. Strength B, Endurance C, Agility A, Magic E, Luck A, No Defense B+. That's pretty nice stats. Yeah, pretty nice. Class skill, Magic Resistance C. Negate Magecraft with a shot of 2 versus or less. You can't block large-scale Magecraft like High Thaumaturgy or Cursing Rites. Since she herself has no innate magic resistance whatsoever, she boasts a rank unbefittingly low for the Saber class. Yeah. Riding B, talent for riding, can ride most mounts, better than most people, but can mount beasts on ranks of demonic beasts or whole beast. Ah, too bad, she can't ride me then. I'm a beast. I'm a demonic beast. And I mean, I know that Nero Bride is pretty much created to be a waifu because the other Nero, the original Nero, is literally like all for the character in Fate Extra. As in, people are so fucking thirsty and really need a Nero for some reason. I get they did something like this. If I don't mistake in it. I think. Personal skills. Stars of the heaven, flow to the ground, love to the people, A. Meeting. Powerful support skills. They grant various buffs to one party member of her choice. The blessed hymns from the bride who, in the apex of joy, sees the world filled with light. Using them as a support skill is the correct way to use them, but when nearby is only one left, she can use all of them into herself alone, ascending these in an absurd set of cheat skills. Truly a super egotist. Yeah, I can see that happening. Noble fan of Aestus Domus Aura. Inviting Golden Feeder. Anti-unit Noble Phantas, range 30, max target 1 person. Aestus Marriage Edition, title Nuptiae Domus Aurea. The absolute imperial range she used to achieve her own wishes, but redecorated for a wedding. The special move she uses here is Fax Celestis, star-winning Rose of Finales. It's just a sword move, but it's treated as a normal fantasy to Nero's own statement. Its floorness, its beauty, and overwhelming marriageness released from the wedding dress are more than enough for me to consider noble fantasy, are they not? It's an even confession sword. See Fate Extra CCCC and XLs to learn why. Sound more like a torture sword, you know, like something that you use to torture the answer out of the confession of someone. So, is it literally a noble fantasy because she demands it to be like that? Okay. Man, I wish... Pretty much the same as Nero, so you will skip in this spot. This is not out of laziness. Yeah, it doesn't really need to go through it again, like, we know Nero. While the normal Nero Claudia represents her life as Emperor Nero, this one is representing her life as a bride. She acknowledges and affectionately respects her master and likes to have them watching over each other as people who walk side by side and keep constantly growing. Dialogue example. I renter the stage in new outfit, call me Bride Saber or Nero Bride. I'm glad to be getting stronger, but with this size my dress won't last much longer. Why did I change into a wedding dress, you ask? It is evident, because I want to. Okay. Sunray of spring dancing on flowers, the winds of May brush against my cheeks, while blessing reach beyond the stella. Open nupti domus aurea. Guest fight the whip from Fate Extra CCC. The Empress of Roses in a new outfit, a snow white dress. The new outfit changes her mood, making her fighting style different from her standard form. Her favorite sword, Aestus Estus, got the memo and changed its blade from red to silvery white. Damn, that's a cool sword if you can change color depending on mood. She was conceptual in Fate Extra CCC as an extremely niche fetish, with her wedding dress being born from the thematic question of what would be the most charming restraining tool for a woman. What? What would be the most charming restraining tool for... Why does that sound like very, very awful? Am I not gonna get that? Like, yeah, okay, what is the best way to charmingly restrain a woman? Marriage. She will never get out of it. That said, Nero is so fixated in bride mood that she fails to see any problem with this. One alternate possibility. Her saucy Fate Extra CCC, but she is not the Nero that appeared in CCC. A Snow White servant who died before she could ever meet the fated spouse and kept fighting as a servant without her finding a soulmate. In other words, this is her form that sank into dreams without ever taking part in the virtual world's holy war. Her bonfire in my room line is top content for the most powerful among all servants. She calls you darling. Really? Just because she calls you darling? What? Doesn't Elizabeth say that all the time? Like, okay. I don't think it's special. Of course, if you love Nero and or Nero Bride and all that, perfectly fine. Don't worry, guys. I got you covered, bros and hoes. Don't worry. It's just that I'm not a massive fan. If I would get Nero Bride in a role, I would be like, okay, that's nice. But I have other characters that is way more waifu than this for me. Related characters. Tamamo no Maya. This is not new Fox wedding skill is far too clever. What gives? Alter, I'm somewhat interested. I mean, look at the brown skin and the unexcessive buxom. Fine, very fine. Even as an enemy, I find myself charmed by her. Ah, yes. The boot. Emilia, not nameless. What are you? A bat? What? Where did the bat come from? Wait, here's something. I saw fable of the cowardly bat. The birds and the bees were at war. A cunning bat observed this, and whenever the bees were winning, he would appear to bees and say, I'm covered in fur, so I'm on the bee's side. Whenever the birds were winning, he would appear on the bird's side. I have wings, so I'm on the bird's side. The war ended on a peaceful settlement, but the bat ended up hated and rejected by both the bees and the bird because he was a two-faced opportunist who kept double-crossing both sides all the time. Since he was rejected by everyone everywhere, he began to hide himself in caves and only fly at night. Nero is calling FGO an opportunist for being both FSME and FN nameless whenever it's convenient. And Nero, you have no right to call anything. You're two-faced. But that's a pretty cool fable, actually. I never heard of that one. To be fair, I if I was a bat, I would probably like, you know what, guys? I'm a beast. No, I'm a bird. I'm a beast. I'm a bird beast. Wah! Bats are cool. I like bats. Comment from the illustrator. I went to regular Nero for reference and felt like I drew her face to stir. And so for Bright, I had my thoughts of I wanted to feel sweet, diluted in my consciousness. I think I did it out of variation well. I made it very god and the great, the slim tits. Slime tits? What? Slime tits? And the butt in the final picture were both of my own input. Not slime tits, but tits shaped like the slime from Dragon Quest. Wait, what? Am I just very fine with the slime tits and the butt in the final picture were both my own people? Like, what? Okay, I mean, it's obviously what they... Yeah, you know, we have who needs a personality when you have slime tits and butt? Potato. Here is the bonfire line for the sake of curiosity. That was a really nice dream. So satisfying, but doesn't quite fit. Our contract is quite going to continue into the future. It's a very happy ending. However, I don't think it's good for me to call you master forever. We should come up with a pet name for each other. I know it lacks originality, but I think I will call you darling. Okay. I don't see why that's so powerful. Blackbeard is more powerful. At least Vada Arca had fun designing. The dress looks good. Yeah, I agree. The dress looks good. That is like one of the... As I said, I really love the details on the govern and all that. That looks... Oh yeah, they do look like the slimes. The slime tits. Oh my god. Now that's gonna be a thing. Slime tits. But yeah, so that was Nero Bride. I mean, as I said, her design, I think is okay. I mean, it's very flashy and probably a nightmare to fucking draw it. I just imagine an animated that. Holy crap. Getting a urine a stroke from all that, probably. But as a character, I mean, we haven't seen her much. I mean, she popped up in... was it America? Nero Bride? And it's obviously like... She's popping up as an... I mean, I just find it... Obviously, this is waifuism at its highest, you know. We're making this character, that Nero Claudius, that is very popular. We're making her into an even bigger waifu for everybody to enjoy. So, yeah. It's nothing for me, but if I would get her, I wouldn't mind that in that regard. And if you like her, that's good too. So yes, not my favorite character. Pretty boring in that regard. I mean, it's literally Nero with a white dress. They could literally have given her this outfit instead, I think. But that's just me. But that is of me for this FGO Thirstday. I will be back with more FGO Thirstdays next week, of course. And thank everyone for watching and painfully go through this with me. And thanks to Potato for making this and correcting and fixing up all this stuff. I really appreciate it. So thank you for watching. See you later on. And have a continued super great day.